Today's gonna be a hard day for me, guys. I've recently been going to the doctors and I've been going through all sorts of crazy testing and stuff, blood work, like everything. And today, I finally got the results. It turns out I am not a real guitar player. Pray for me. All right, guys, I hope that you are doing great out there today. Obviously, there is nothing wrong with me. Well, there's plenty of things wrong with me, but nothing in the medical sense. I recently made a video on my main channel about changing out the 4x12 speakers in your cheap guitar cabinet and why it's a bad idea. And I got lots and lots and lots and lots of angry and insulting comments based on me making a video where I tried to show you how to save money to achieve better tone. I don't get it either. But anyways, one of the comments that came up a lot, especially as the video kind of aged a little bit, because usually what happens is your fan base, your dedicated following will watch the video within the first couple of days and they'll comment on it and everything. And then if the video is popular, which this one is doing fairly well for me, YouTube will start to show it to people who have never viewed your channel before. And you can only imagine how that would go. So as more new people who had never viewed my channel before started coming in and watching the video, I started getting more and more comments about how I am not a real player if this is how I approach things, because real players don't care about how much things cost, they just care about their tone. Which I also think is funny because most really good guitar players that I know don't even really care about their tone all that much. They care about being a better guitar player, but that's besides the point. People were telling me left and right that I'm an investor, not a guitar player, because I said, hey, guys, it's no secret, I've told you this since the beginning, but I do flip gear in order to fund my hobby. And my hobby is not only playing guitar, but is also collecting gear. I have never tried to disguise that, never tried to hide that from you guys. And it's not something that I'm ashamed of or anything like that, even though a lot of you guys thought that I should be. I even had one dude say that he was crying because I stripped the speakers out of an old crate cab and that piece of vintage guitar gear deserved better. I'm trying so hard not to laugh right now. But yeah, you guys at this point, you get the picture. There were lots and lots of comments about how people were unhappy with the way that I was basically stating that buying brand new speakers for a 4x12 cab, especially if it's one that is not valuable, is just a bad financial move. So I wanted to address the fact that people were saying that I am not a player. I'm not a real guitar player if I care more about the value of my gear than I do about playing. Now, number one, I am not going to be defending myself in this video. This is not going to be a video where I tell you everything that I have accomplished as a guitarist and blah, 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 because I don't care about that. I don't care about defending myself in that situation. I am comfortable with myself. I am comfortable with what I have accomplished. I am mostly comfortable with my level of playing ability, although I would certainly like to be better. I think almost anybody would, even the greats. So I feel absolutely no need or obligation to defend myself to the people who are saying that. So you're probably asking yourself, why make this video then? I wanted to make this video for other people who get those comments from people on the internet, who get those comments from maybe somebody at their local guitar store when they're trying out gear and they overhear you playing, or maybe other guitarists who make comments about you behind your back at a local jam night or something like that. Because if there is one thing that is true about guitarists and musicians in general, it's that most of us are a very insecure bunch who has to resort to tearing other people down in order to make ourselves feel better. Now, I definitely was guilty of this in the past when I was younger, absolutely. I'm not putting myself up on this super high horse saying I have never done such a thing. I mean, it's kind of part of human nature. But the thing is, most people, as they grow older and as they mature, they grow out of thinking like that. They realize that focusing on yourself and making yourself better is a much better use of time and energy than going out of your way to tear somebody else down just to make you look better. Now, notice I said most people. There are still a healthy number of people who never mature to that point, who never get past that way of thinking, and a lot of them are musicians. So I really wanted to kind of address what I personally think that it takes to be a guitar player, what it takes to call yourself a guitar player. There are a number of guidelines and I'm going to go over them with you right now. Number one, are you at least able to play a note on a guitar? Number two, Do you enjoy playing at least that note or other notes as well on that guitar? Number 3, do you qualify for points 1 and 2? Then point number 3 is, you're a guitar player. I truly think that that's all that it takes to be able to consider somebody a guitar player or not. Like, if you can pick up an instrument, a guitar, and you can sit down and you can play a couple of notes on it, doesn't matter how well you play them, it doesn't matter how many notes you know, doesn't matter how many notes you string together. What matters is if you enjoy it. Do you enjoy sitting down and playing those notes and stringing them together? Do you enjoy creating any sort of musical melody, whether it be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? It doesn't matter. If you enjoy the process of doing that on a guitar, you are a real guitar player, because in my opinion, that's all it takes. You just have to enjoy the instrument, picking up the instrument and playing it, no matter how good, as long as it brings you joy, that is all that should matter. You're gonna get so many gatekeepers out there, you're gonna get so many people telling you that, oh, you're not a guitar player unless you can play this riff, or this scale, or if you can name the notes on a fretboard. Like, there's gonna be so many people that have this like different criteria of qualifications that you need to meet in order to become or to be considered a real guitar player. It's all bullshit. Nobody out there can tell you what you are. Nobody out there should be able to strip the joy out of playing an instrument for you. I think that is an absolutely toxic way of thinking. I think that those people who are gatekeeping you are really insecure about themselves, and again, they have to basically tear other people down in order to make themselves feel better. And I see this a lot in the guitar world. I see a lot of people saying, you know, especially when it comes, I primarily hang out in the gear forums because I really enjoy collecting gear. That's part of the hobby that I like. But you will get a lot of people who will say, why buy a $4,000 amp and a $3,000 Les Paul if you can barely play the guitar? Or people will comment on, you know, somebody's stack that they share in one of the Facebook groups that they're proud of, and somebody says, well, who cares about pictures? Let's hear it. We want to hear you play it, basically, so we can qualify whether you actually deserve to own that or not. Like, there are just so many toxic people, and it goes for any hobby. It really does go for any hobby. As you start to get below the surface level of that hobby, as you start to get more involved in it and get to the people who just, you know, in a lot of instances, that's their life. That hobby defines them. They're going to take everything very seriously. They're going to take everything very, very personally. And anybody that they view as a threat in one way or another, whether they think that you're a better guitarist than them, whether they are threatened by the fact that you own better gear than them, and they feel like they deserve better gear because they're a better player than you, you're gonna get people who are gonna try to tear you down for just silly stuff. And I just wanted to make a video and say, don't listen to them. Guitar is all about personal enjoyment. Music, making music, listening to music, all that stuff is about what it means to you on an individual level. Nobody out there has the right to tell you that you are not a guitarist because you don't meet a certain level of playing criteria. Or in my case, I'm not a real player because I care about value when I purchase guitar equipment, because I don't want to lose my ass if I end up not liking that piece of guitar equipment or having to sell it down the line. That, apparently in some people's eyes, makes me not a real guitarist. To those people, you can scream these things from a mountaintop. You can make as many Facebook posts, as many YouTube comments as you want. That doesn't change anything. I still view myself as a guitar player because I meet my own criteria of what it is to be a guitar player, and that is, I can pick up a guitar, I can play a few notes, and I genuinely enjoy that process. And in my opinion, that's really all it should take. It should be about positivity. It should be about bringing you joy. It should be about expressing yourself through the art and not what somebody else thinks. And we can leave all those gatekeepers to huffing their own farts on the internet, because Lord knows they probably aren't really doing anything of value on their end. That's why they're commenting in the first place. So, yep, that's it. That's it for me. That's it for this video. Just wanted to, just wanted to share that with you guys, just in case. I know a lot of times when I share videos like this, there are people who get some value from it. There are people who get some enjoyment or who get some inspiration. So hopefully that video did this for you guys. I just always feel like there is just way too much negativity in the guitar community and the guitar gear community and the guitar guitar player community, and I want to do anything I can to make people feel more comfortable or better about playing guitar in general. Because I truly think that playing guitar is just, it's an amazing hobby. It's an amazing art. It truly brings me so much joy, so much so that I went ahead and pursued it as a full-time career in one respect or another. And I couldn't be happier about it. So yeah, hopefully that's the same for you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying playing guitar. If you guys agree with me, if you guys disagree with me, I'm really curious, honestly, very curious to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments. If you guys have different criteria of what it takes in your eyes to be a guitar player, let me know down below in the comments. Or if you have experienced any of this gatekeeping for yourself, I want to hear about that too. I'm really curious to see how many people this actually affects. I believe that it's a lot, but again, drop it down in the comments. I will be sure to meet you down there to talk about it. And of course, deuces crew, you know what to do. Drop those deuces in the comments as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed already. I will link that video that I am referencing down below in the description. I'll put a card somewhere. That's on my main channel, so subscribe there too as well if you haven't. As always, Sweetwater Zounds affiliate links very much support the channel. If you guys hit those links, buy yourself something nice. I get a little kickback. It costs you nothing extra, and it allows me to continue not being a guitar player on the internet. All right, that's enough with the jabs. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time. You know what this wall is missing? Another amp. There we go.